Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Company of Heroes 3 matchup. That's my attempt at a Mexican grito. So what are we going to do this match? We're going to go ahead and try to make Brits work. Now, before we get started, we are facing Mr. Rank 86 Wehrmacht in the Wher GFM Erwin Rommel. Now, I know what you're thinking. Is he a Wehrbu? Well, he does have a 1600 elo as a USF player, so I can't say Wehrbu. Maybe he's just trolling, having a little bit of fun with his name, like me, Berlin 1945. I like to remind the Germans who won World War II, or the Wehrbus, because when I look at YouTube or Wikipedia or, anything like that, I notice a lot of Axis fan fiction where they go, we would won before if insert, superior mind technology here, yeah? But before we get to that, we're going to go ahead and explain my build order. 2 engineers to start out for capping speed because it takes a while for Brits to get out onto the field. As you can tell, he's already has his first Wehrmacht Grenadier squad. So instead of waiting for all that time to build 1 infantry squad, which takes about, it should say it right here, usually 20 seconds. 25 seconds. Instead of doing that futile kind of approach, we're going to go ahead and get the engineers for capping. Alright, so we're going to focus our munis for the early game cap. If you're asking yourself why, Brits are a heavy muni focused faction. You can kind of survive without the fuel in the early game, but that mid game is where you need the fuel. In the early game, you need nothing but munis. You need flamethrower upgrades, you need recce packages, and you need to put down mines as much as you can. So that's the focus. I'm putting sandbags down. What I should have done is built barbed wire next, because the engineers can get behind these green sandbags and keep you off the point. Sandbags are crucial, but you have to make sure you put barbed wire with them. So next up on the left side of the map, we're getting that muni cap. We're going to hug the yellow cover. Put your units in a cover as much as possible. And we're going to go ahead and get our manpower point. Manpower points are crucial with Brits because in that late game you are going to be struggling. Taking our sweet time, we're going to go ahead and rotate our engineers. What are we worried about right now? Is he spamming grenadiers? Is he spamming engineers? Or does he have 2 MG42s? We don't really know that in the early game, so this is a lot of pussyfooting with these first engagements of the match. First engagement of the match, though, we're going to go, fourth engagement of the match. But we're going to go ahead and get behind this yellow cover, keeping him at range. He could win this fight at range. Grenadiers do better. But it looks like we're going to go ahead and get some decent model drops and bleeds. I do notice a Grenadier on the right side of the map. He's going to go ahead and hug me at close range. We're going to try to deny that as much as possible, backing up, getting behind the medium cover, and we're delaying. We're going to go ahead and take our engineers that's been capping and being cautious, and the engineers on the left side of the map, and we're going to converge them together. Wait for your units to, link up, and then move the engineers in, because you can't focus that squad down right away, allowing our engineers to get some maximum damage bleeds into them. Coming on the right side of the map, we're going to go ahead and chase them off. Next up, we're going to take these low health infantry squads, instead of retreating them, decap the VP. That's our priority right now. The VP bleed is deadly in this game. As soon as you don't hop on it, it's GG. We're going to go ahead and take our engineers and float over, decapping the munis, decapping the fuel, and our last squad, rifleman squad, to decap the VP.
Infantry section trained and ready.
Now these engineers are low. We only want the decap, and then we're going to flee for our lives. We are also going heavy armor battle group, which reduces the cost of engineers by 25%. That does come out to a big deal as we play throughout this game. I wanted to put some barbed wire down. We're not going to do that because he's about to roll over and attack me. And any sort of building or placing a barbed wire does 50% more damage. It's very, very deadly. Left side of the map, he was being a little bit annoying with his caps. This is going to come to our benefit because we're going to focus this engineer squad down, hug the house, and this could be a huge wipe. Right side of the map, we're going to go ahead and take a rifleman and cock block the cap of the field. Focusing this engineer squad, we do get a wipe. That is huge. Why is that huge? We eliminated a possible flamethrower squad or a minesweeper from the field. And on top of that, we're eliminating his ability to cap and control the map. This is what it's about right now. We have reestablished control in the VPs, stopping us at 469. Nice. Nice. If you get my joke. Yeah, baby. So, left side of the map, we're hugging behind this yellowish green cover. I can't really tell. You would think it's green cover because there's a fucking wall right there, but hey, I don't make the rules. Grenadiers are going to push us. We want to be conservative with our manpower in the early game. Again, with Wehrmacht, you're going to see a huge disparity in manpower in this game, and you'll see in about the late game. This is a long match, and this is a comeback match. Engineers, because I teched them with the flamethrower, is going to get some nice little damage bleeds into the Grenadiers. Unfortunately, MG42 sets up. I try to flank around town and, try to run to the right side and decap. That's not going to work. I do get suppressed. This means we need to retreat. We still don't have, we do have command point 1, so these models aren't going to be as terrible. Left side of the map, we are attempting to decap. We're going to get behind this green sandbag in case he tries to attack me, because he's most likely going to come through here. So we're going to attempt to use it as an advantage. So during my Brit gameplay, a lot of people are asking me, "Hey, they suck," and I go, "Yes, they do suck."
Limiting of fuel.
I think a lot of people agree that Brits are not in a good place, but I wanted a bit more of a challenge. And of course, the Axis mains go, "Do you even play anything other than USF?" I go, "Of course I do, you fucking nerd." But that's okay. But before I get started, right side of the map, we're going to go ahead and cockblock this field. He could have put a lot of heavy bleeds into me, but I think because of losing the engineer in the early game, he's a bit more cautious. Left side of the map, I'm sorry, left side engineers are going to push off that grenadier squad, get the recap on the munis. Right side, decap the munis and try to regain it. Again, we need every bit of munis as possible. We're going to harass, harass, harass. So back to the build order. What I've noticed that causes great success is immediately rush for the Humber. The Humber is a glass cannon without it being a cannon. It's just better than nothing. And the reason why I say that is he could have gone Stummel, which would have been very detrimental to me, but we want some kind of heavy counter. On top of that, MG42 constantly suppresses us so we can have something to press. I do have minesweepers on the field, so I'm not worried about a mine. So, Stummel into medical to stop the manpower bleed around the 7-minute mark. You need to be way more conservative with your manpower because I'm pretty much broke as a joke right now. And then go ahead and buff into infantry training or AT gun depending on if the Stummel or some kind of vehicle spam is out. And I've noticed I've had great successes with that. Gonna open up on the MG42. Now, I'm going to take one more shot. I ask myself, is this engagement going too well? Tactical pause engaged. This engagement is going too well. And let's go ahead and reveal. There's an AT gun coming up. So I'll leave that on during this fight. And on top of that, I took in a bit of damage. If one AT gun shot hit me in the rear, that would have been a critical kill, and this thing would have died immediately. So after asking myself, is this going too well? He's going to back out, which means I'm going to go ahead and technically win this fight. We forced the MG42 off and put the AT gun in base. Now, did I know he had an AT gun? No, I did not. But I felt like, again, was it going too well? If it's going too well, it's bait. You constantly need to ask yourself that question. Is it bait? And that definitely was bait. That would have probably wiped the Humber, sorry. This thing is a very, very weak vehicle. The Stummel has more health than a Humber. So we're doing a lot while we're watching our Humber. There's a lot of things going on in the background that I'm not showing you, and I can't really keep up with because this is my gameplay. So Humber is going to go ahead and rotate the right side of the map. We're going to go ahead and open up the Grenadiers, keeping our spacing. If I ate a snare, again, this could have killed it. He could have finished it off with small arms fire, but he's going to go ahead and back out. We put our units in the house, buying us time, so we'll recap the VP point. Left side of the map, we are engaging with our engineers. We can chase them a little bit, but we're really focused on decapping the field. We cannot do that, though, with the 2-2-2-5-1 onto the field. What does that tell me? He's most likely gone mechanized, and he's probably going, again, Stummel, which is a very, very good anti-infantry cannon, and it's got a little bit more range, or the same range as AT gun. I did put mines down where I could, so that means Humber's going to open up at max range. There's an AT gun in the bushes. We're going to back out. Because we've been cautious and that the frontal armor was hit, not the rear armor, we're going to go ahead and survive that shot. So this is where the double engineers comes in clutch. We can go ahead and repair that damage as quick as we got it, and we finally teched into medical, and next up, actually, I think I vice versa did. I did infantry training first and then medical this match. My bad. My bad. I probably should have went medical first. But because we have medical now, we can move our units out, take a little bit more damage, and still being conservative on our manpower. Because look at that float right now. 400 to 100. And that's me getting the necessary upgrades to keep this faction working. And I do mean necessary. If they do not have infantry training, your units will get wiped on retreat. Everything on the right side of the map is converging. That tells me that the left side of the map is probably pushable. We're putting up a flare, getting a little bit of an idea. We're going to rotate the Humber. Again, keeping at max range. What am I asking myself? Is this engagement going too well? Absolutely. So we're going to put it in a position where if the AT gun hits us, we can roll out and not have to worry, keeping this Humber max range. Humber can do some really good bleed damage max range, but it's just not enough. This is where and why I should have put barbed wire down. He's hugging that green sandbag cover, but because he's out, we're good to go. Stummel is opening up on us. We're not going to win this in infantry engagement, but we want to chase them off, and that's exactly what we do. Taking our low engineers and burning them out. Riflemen coming over, teching into boys anti-tank rifles next. And why didn't I tech earlier with double recce packages? If they go double recce packages, that means I'm lacking on the AT. So, that's what we need. Next up, and later on, we'll go grenade packages. I'm being, again, conservative with my fuel, picking where to go. AT gun will be in the build next. I did go mortar, though. Why did I go mortar with that MG42 constantly suppressing me? We need something to push the middle of the map and stop the VP bleed. We're at 368. This can be a GG if we don't fix it right now and as soon as possible. We are going to eat a nade. No, actually, we kind of do dodge it. My bad. We dodged the nade. I thought I was going to eat it. MG42 opening up on me. I'm going to go ahead and pop a smoke down. We're not going to retreat the unit. We need to get the decaps going on this field. Deny him the fuel. Because he's gone mechanized. That means most likely he's going to go... What is it? What is it? Sorry. There we go. He's going to most likely go Stug Assault Group. That gives him 2 units for the price of 640. An armored unit that can penetrate my Humber and kill infantry. And one of the best infantries in the game, Stroopstrupen, which is basically, if you're a Code 2 player, you're Obersoldaten. So this unit's pretty much broken. 100% broken. But back to my gameplay. So my bad on being more serious. I should probably loosen up and make some jokes here and there. But this game was super fucking intensive. I was getting on my hands and knees while playing, and I was like, God, if you can hear me, please just let me have the win. I've earned it. And he granted me the win. He's like, you know what? You need a win today, bud. I got you. I said, oh, thank you. Thank you, God. So we're opening up on the MG42. Again, max range. I notice the engagement's going too well. I'm going to go ahead and back out. I was clicking the move button before that AT gun opened up. If I would have ate that shot, could have been a GG. He did pop the white phos rounds on my vehicle. So I am backing out. MG42 is opening up. I said, okay, I can't take your fuel. I can't take your munis. The recce packages do decap a little bit faster. So, you know, it's a good little deal to have, right? So the map we are getting under control middle. We are pussyfooting it. We know there's MG42 in the area. He can rotate. AT gun still opening up. It's like, yep, I'm not there anymore, bud, but keep firing away. AT gun is onto the field because we know that most likely 999% of the time there's going to be a motherfucking... What is that? What is that called again? I'm trying to think. My brain's not working right now. Fuck, I really can't tell what this is right now. It's not letting me click on it. Sorry, guys. Stuggy. There we go. Fuck yeah. Okay, yeah, Stuggy. So, Stuggy's onto the field. That's what we're worried about. I know what's going to pop onto the field. I just don't know what it's called. Again, brains fried. Fucking lots of testing today, so I apologize about that. So we're putting up the smoke. Why are we putting up the smoke right here? Because if we put it on the BP, he can cock block it. But because I put the smoke back here, it was supposed to allow me to shoot at his units while he's on the BP. But that kind of backfired a bit. But what I wanted to do is put it right here, but for some reason extended right there, which makes no sense. You see where the smoke's at. So, Stummel opening up on us. We have to back our units out. We cannot afford the manpower bleed. We're pretty tight on the manpower. Humber is going to only be defensive. We're chasing him away from the points. I'm consistently mine sweeping because mines can go right here or here, knocking me out of the game. Everything's on the left side of the map. That tells me I can push on the right side of the map. Opening up on the MG42, but because of the fast setup time, I've already lost the engagement. But luckily, he does hit the retreat button, which allows me to, you know, come over here and try to attempt to decap his manpower point. I realize I'm not going to win that engagement, immediately retreat, but we got what we wanted, which was decapping the middle of the map. AT gun setting up. His Stummel overextending. This is very huge. I'm going to take the engineers and grant a little bit more spotting power. Boom, we get the kill on the Stummel. No more ZKL, no more fucking white phosphorus, and no more bitch-ass fatherland to harass me. But he's coming in for a GG push. I see everything's running my way. Back up the Humber first, AT gun second, mortar squad third. Humber's the most crucial unit in the game because we do have boys anti-tank squads. We're not really hurting on the AT. I have teched into grenades. This is going to come into our favor. We're going to go ahead and take our blob because we're coming out of base and I have every right to blob. We're going to go ahead and activate double snares. This is going to engine crit this vehicle. Snare 1, snare 2. He did pop smoke. We're going to attack round with the AT gun. Waiting for it. Boom. Kill. Humber is going to stay out because we saw an AT gun over here. Keeping at max range. We can't take our infantry and move in. We get a huge hit with the mortar shot, pushing the infantry squads off the field. This is a GG push. People call it masterful. I like to call it Axis blobbing, but that's just me. So, engineer squad low. We're going to go ahead and back out again. We're going to take our Los rifleman squad and back out momentarily. We're going to link up the engineers and put flamethrower damage onto the Stroopstrupen. Stroopstrupen is the priority. He can merge into that squad, but I feel confident he's not paying attention. We have been putting mines everywhere, and these mines are coming in clutch. With a mine right here, if in case he flanks around, boom, mine damage. I should have put a mine right here, but I didn't have that much time. We did win this engagement. 2 vehicles knocked out off the field. Now, why do I get frustrated with the glorious company on Heroes 3? Even with all those losses, we're even Steven on the infantry kills. Even with all those losses, he has 400 und manpower, yeah. So you're telling me that I killed a fucking Stummel, a Stuggy, and I fucked him up, and I'm still barely holding on to manpower? Explain. Also, I went second AT gun because I thought he was going to be a bit more wiser with his Stuggy. He wasn't. Hey, everybody makes mistakes. I'm not trying to be a dick. So these two units that I built just to counter the 2 units that he has were now completely useless. They're worthless and they're actually hurting me on the manpower income. He's going to make more. So this is what happens when you try to make a counter and you do the right thing. You're going to get punished for it. That means he's going to have consistently more manpower than me by 10. So I'm activating my artillery barrage. I'm trying to force this MG42 off of the field. We are smoking. Again, the smoke is kind of bugged because I put it right here and it comes over here. So that's going to backfire on me. Excuse me. Humber, again, being defensive. Max range shots. We know there's an AT gun in the field. He's probably going to go 2 because all of his vehicles are dead. And I would do the same thing just to kill this annoying fucking Humber. So, unfortunately, we do lose the engagement because the smokes are bugged. I'm taking the mortar and opening up. Now, we're trying to go ahead and get the Veteran C1 with this as soon as possible, giving us plus 25% damage and rate of fire increase, which is huge. It reduces the cooldown of the barrages. Humber on the right side of the map trying to get some decaps. I'm sorry, prevent some caps, but we do fail. And he backs out. I pop that flare, giving me plus 20% easier to hit, but because he backs out, it doesn't matter. Engineers opening up. There's the Strobstruppen. These guys are deadly. Because of this yellow cover, we can take a little bit more damage. Mortar, finally Veteran C1. Eventually, I will go ahead and get the entrenchment going. Humber moving back in. Smoke finally does what I told it to do, which was hit right here and not the BP, allowing me to cap. Left side of the map, we do take an AT gun shot, unfortunately, but we're trying to keep these engineers away from us because he's going for the decaps. Engineers are opening up. We're going for the decaps on munis. Right side of the map, we're capping the BP. We cannot really do much anything about these munis. We want the BPs right now because if you check that out, 255 to 432, we're in a dangerous situation, y'all. It's very bad, and I don't want it anymore. So we're going to go ahead and remove our engineers. Now look at this retreat path. Tactical pause engage. Tell me, which retreat path do you think is faster? Route A, directly to my base, right here, or Route B, all the way around town, in front of the Grenadiers, in front of the MG42, in front of the Strobstruppen, killing me on retreat, China. Which one do you think they're going to go? Did you say Route B? Well, excellent choice, ladies and gentlemen. Route B it is, because Relic hates anything to do with logic. Fuck yeah, I'm going to lose my flamethrower. That could have been very bad. I would have picked it up with the Grenadiers, but he does not. I will get it back. I would have ran over and hopped on that thing like white on rice. But he doesn't want it. Right side of the map, engineers can haul down in this building because they are the thickest creatures in the field. I'm going to put an artillery strike on it. For some reason, this gun, even though I called in the ability, is not firing. It's bugged. Look at that. How long we've been waiting here? No, that was a real artillery strike, by the way. Forward artillery barrage. Before somebody says, you must have put a flare down. It must have been a flare. Nope. Still not firing. When's it gonna fire? I paid my fucking munis for it, Relic. What the fuck is going on here? So we're gonna open up the engineer squads. I am bunched together, so this is gonna be high damage. We're trying to get some model drops here, or a wipe. Focusing it down, I go, yeah, we gotta back out because those grenadiers and engineers in combo, they can chase me off. Middle of the map, we're popping smoke again. Smoke is finally working in our favor, but unfortunately, did you see? You see the logic in that? It looked like the shot came from over here and hit right there. He doesn't have a mortar, by the way, so this is another bug. But yeah, trying to get the decap on the motherfucking VP. It's going to be very hard. Left side of the map, we're going to go ahead and get engaged. We're going to have to retreat. As soon as that squad comes around town, we got to back out. We cannot eat any wipes at this point in the game. Humber, opening up with everything I got. I did use my 20% easier hit in the engineer squad because we don't want any decaps in the VPs. Opening up with the Grenadiers at max range. Again, if it feels like it's going too well, I'm keeping at max range. We're going to, go ahead and crank it out as much as we can. Strobstruppen did activate their ability, increasing the rate of fire, making them a little bit harder to hit, if I got that right. Sorry, I got to switch over to his screen to see it. Yep, 20% accuracy, rate of fire. Squad is 20% harder to hit, lower speed by 33%, immune to suppression. This ability is painful. So, boom, back to my screen. We're moving the engineers over because we're not going to win that engagement, and we got the cap on the VP. We're going to move over to here, harass the Grenadiers, and try to chase them off. Left side of the map, we're engaging on this house. MG42 is going to go ahead and set up. I put a rifle nade onto the house, get a big damage roll. We're going to move that squad slightly out of the range. Luckily, we don't get suppressed and get the decap on the VP. Because I've been very conservative on my manpower and fuel and keeping this Humber alive till 19 minutes, I get my first tank of the game. The lovely, the fantastic Churchill. Now, if you're going, why didn't you go? Churchill Black Prince. I said, look, the Churchill Black Prince is slower than the actual Churchill because of the 17-pounder gun and logic in every way. The Tiger's faster than the Churchill, and I want something that has a little bit more bounce chance. Now, if I could have gone back in time, I probably would have never went this tank and just gone Matilda, because the Matilda's a little bit faster and has the same amount of bounce potential. So that's on me. Egg on my face. No Sieg for my league. Berlin 1945. Can somebody tell me what happened in Berlin 1945? I feel like the Russians did some really bad things. But according to my Axis fanfiction, it says it never happened. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Could somebody find the Zeke Hales and ask him a question? I'm sorry, getting off track here. Oh my, sassy. Ooh, bold. What are we going to do next? We're hauling down this mortar. We're constantly cranking out shots, using the plus 25% fire rate, or 15, or whatever number it is. Fuck it at this point. We're getting into the building. He's already wasted his grenade. I'm focusing the grenadiers down. Again, trying to chase them off. We do chase them off, focusing the engineers next. We can't get out of this building, because if he hops in, MG42 most likely spots us, and it's going to put punishment on us. Churchill, rotating its fat ass over, taking his sweet fucking time. Get a model drop. Feel confident, pop out of the building, and we want to go and cock block the BP. Next up, we're going to take our engineers and make a, what's it called? Forward repair assembly. Forward repair assembly is very clutch in this game, and I'll show you why. But we'll get there when we get there. AT guns backing off, Sturmtruppen moving in. Sturmtruppen and Grenadiers can wipe this AT gun full health within about 5 seconds. Yes. Mortar backing out. We still have this mine over here, but unfortunately the Sturmtruppen, the very, very clever boys, they never hit a mine. He's going to back out. He does eat my other mine, though. Yeah, zig, yeah. More fatherland. Engineers burning me out of the building, or burning me away from the building. They're telling me to get the fuck away. I go, yep, can't do anything. Humber, keeping again, max range shots. Very risky, though. AT guns could have came over. Engineers going to back out. But we accomplished what we wanted to accomplish. Stop the VP cap. Left side of the map, we're going to go for these munis. Double trouble. Unfortunately, I'm cut off. So, we will take the infantry squads as soon as we can. For some reason, they like to get onto the tank, even though I don't tell them to. And we're going to come out of base. Humber getting opened up on. He does put his smoke grenade down, but I'm going to attack round. And I would have gone back in time and never gotten this unit. I should have gotten 2 Britain infantry squads. These foot guards are actually painful, and they don't really do much. And I'll show you why. They are only good at killing tanks, and kind of winning close 1v1s. I'm using my artillery flares again. Hopefully the ability's not bugged. It is not. Artillery's going to go ahead and crank out a shot. BAM! Look at that damage roll. MG42 gets away scot-free, no problems, no model drops. But I do notice a Panther onto the field. Now, earlier in this game, a Panther did hit my mine, and it prevented him from attacking me, but I didn't know that. I saw it in the replay. But Panther out into the field. I'm like, okay, Churchill and not rushing Grant was the better choice, because the Panther at Vet 1 can absolutely dominate a Vet 0 Grant, sorry. And it can absolutely destroy Matilda. Matildas are only good at infantry killing. So, again, being cautious, we see the Panther coming in. I've got the boys' anti-tank squads, but I'm going to back off, flee for my life, because 2 Grenadiers are coming around town. Flee! Flee for your lives! And Panther's moving in. I'm like, okay, if you come at me, I'm going to snare you. I'm going to give you the world's worst fucking engine crit, but try me. Double AT guns moving in. We're keeping every unit backed up, but unfortunately, I didn't keep this far enough, and we are going to lose the Humber. Humber kept alive till 23 minutes. Tactical pause. Why is that bad we lost the Humber? We're tight on manpower. He's got 461. It's going to get worse. I could have traded the Humber in and rushed into Bishop because I see 2 AT guns, or I would have traded the Humber in and immediately been able to buy a Grant. And that loss is huge in every way. So because of the Humber dead, loss gone to the wins, and time and all that good shit, I'm going to have to be cautious again. Churchill is opening up. I do feel confident with the bounce, but because Grenadiers are pushing me and AT guns are in the background, we know that we're going to keep it max range. We do get a nice little bleed shot into the Grenadiers. Now, what he could have done is activate his med bags, but, you know, a lot of those Axis players don't utilize their abilities to their fullest. He could have kept the Grenadiers on the field and harassing me. He's going to get the cap on the VP. We're going to have to put up another smoke barrage because MG42 is cock-blocking us at every angle. Masterful play of the MG42. He really kept me on my hands and knees, asking him, why does the MG42 have the best fire rate in the game? Yeah? Oh, yeah, it's the best fire rate in the game. Fires white phosphorus rounds all day, and you know what? Germany was the best thing in the world. Try my opinion. Zig, zig, zig. Here at Reich Studios. I'm joking, by the way. I'm not really pissed about the MG. I'm just having a good laugh. You boys know I like to make the Axis mains angry. I have fun with it. Historically speaking, though, the MG42 had the best fire rate in the world. Accuracy? Not so much. Fire rate? Yeah, this motherfucker would keep your head down. So, what are we doing right now? We are saving our munitions. We're going to use the Recon Arty ability. We're keeping them back. We need to get control of these VPs. I'm moving in the Churchill, and I believe we're going to pop it momentarily. We're kind of holding right now. Forced off the field. There's the Recon ability popped. We're going to move our Churchill in. With this Recon ability, it takes forever for the flayers to hit their target, but it forces him to rotate, allowing me to push. I notice a Broombar into the field. Broombar is one of the most overpowered units in the game. It's better than a Co-2 Broombar. Without a doubt. The only thing it's lacking versus Co-2, it has less mobility. But the Broombar in Co-3 is better than Co-2. Changed my mind. So Churchill's going to move in. Because we chase the AT guns off, we know they're in base. He's not going to micro around the town. It would take too long, and yeah, I'm in the same boat. He's going to wait for the recon planes to disappear. They only last for a minute. You got 1 minute to make your move. So, with our moves in set, we're going to go ahead and cap up the map. Oh, I guess he is going to go around town. You know what? Credit to him. Let's give him a star. Let's give him a cookie. Eventually, I will make these forward repair assembly. And you know what? I could have gotten a forward repair assembly if I didn't lose that Humber. So that's another thing, too. We're going to just kind of take a breath, be cautious, figure it out. We're at 25 minutes. We are down in the VP lead. We do have the kills, though, and the vehicle kills because we killed the 2 early vehicles. So Grant has popped. After I get this repair assembly going, boom, we're going to most likely tech into armored vehicle training, or I'm going to rush Bishop, but we don't know just yet. I'm just getting these ideas in my head. Now, my buddy Blackhand was watching me play this game. I was streaming it over on Discord, and he goes, hey, man, what's up? You want to play some Battlefield? I was like, yeah, bro, I'm totally down. I just want to suffer in some Co-3 right now. He's like, oh, okay, cool. I'll watch. We're going to open up with a Broombar. I feel confident in this engagement because double AT guns. We're going to back our infantry off, dodging the shots or any shot that he could take. AT guns do open up on me, taking the Grant, moving back. This repair assembly will reduce our micro, allowing us to focus on these engagements because it will automatically repair our units. We're still going to take our engineers over and try to get them back in faster. Churchill gets some kind of bounces. We're still half health. That means we got to rotate out. He does have a Wesp now. I noticed the shots with that range and accuracy. I was like, yep, fucking German engineering at the finest. At its finest, according to the Reich Studios. Yeah. Zig, 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 zig. I'm going to keep saying that. Oh, man, I love it. Left side of the map. I've been trying to cap. MG42 pouring out in this building. He's keeping me away. Again, trying to bleed me. Very smart. Bet 3 on this fucker. We're going to take our mortar crew and open it up. Left side of the map. Stroop and are pushing in. Even with an infantry squad engaging, or 3 infantry squads, he's going to push me off the field. We're just attempting to cock block it. He does drop the model, and I'm like, okay, it's not worth it at this point. We will activate the retreat pretty soon. But I was just trying to block it as much as I could. It's like, I've got to stop him at this point, because we get the triple cap going, we will lose. Boom, back to my screen. So we delayed it as much as we could. Get down to 1 model. 2 infantry squads opening up on the Stroop, and he will merge, most likely. Boom, there's the merge, and all that damage I've done amounts to nothing. Luckily, our Grant gets a crit hit into the Stroop and squad, and we're going to go ahead and push him off. Right side of the map, Grenadiers are pushing in. We're waiting for this Churchill to get fixed up. We can't afford to eat any snares. Backing up in the Broombar, look at that damage hit. So, my problem with the Broombar, I immediately hit the retreat button. When you hit the retreat button, you take reduced damage in this game. Or reduced accuracy, if I got that right. And we ate that shot like nobody's fucking business, son. So, Broombar, I'm dodging those shots. Still gonna eat it. AT guns too far back, but we have to keep these AT guns well supported. If the Broombar pushes me and activates a bunker buster barrage, it's GG no matter what. Lose the AT guns, lose the game. Lose any of my tanks, you lose the game. Did you download Company of Heroes 3 and play as allies? You lose the game. That's just the rules. He could have snared me, that would have been a good hit, but I'm going to go ahead and pop the emergency skunk fart smoke that the Churchill grants me for a lovely, lovely cost of free 99. Utilize this smoke. It will keep your unit alive. Grants repairing. Again, repair station coming in clutch. Allows our Churchill to pop out. On top of that, I put it in a place where he doesn't think he's going to hit me, because he's already tried to kind of hit the outskirts of my base. So most people don't think there's a repair station over here. Mortar opening up. I'm going to move that back. I saw that fucking tank moving over. I'm going to cancel that barrage. If he activates a bunker buster on me, it's GG, well played. I lose my mortar. So we're going to eventually rotate it. because I think that broom bar is going to hit my mortar. I'm moving into the right side of the map. Feel confident. Boom. Eat that shot. Half health. Oh, my goodness. Anti-tank squad opening up. But that broom bar bounces more than my checks at the bank. And, oh, second shot. It's, just got to go. Just got to go. I can't do it anymore. I can't codapt. It's over. It's Jover. Tell me to stop. I'll stop. I'm just joking. There's no breaks. So left side of the map, we're going to go ahead and take our Grant. We're going to open up on the Strobe Trooping Squad, trying to get some dirty bleeds into it. He does get away. No model drops. No Zeeg on my league, yeah. And right side of the map, I noticed 3 infantry squads. I'm going to go ahead and take my units, try to get behind the heavy cover, and just trying to delay by time. But with these 3 infantry squads pushing me, I'm like, yeah, I got to back up. So, we're going to go ahead and take our Churchill and move it over, because I think the AT gun's in the middle of the map. I feel confident. I have mind swept the majority of this match. I'm going to go ahead and again, attempt to keep him away as much as possible. He sees my Churchill, he's going to back off. He's playing manpower conservative, but look at that manpower float. It's going to get worse, I promise you. Grenade comes into the building. I attempt to dodge. I only eat a little bit of damage. That was very clutch. Again, he's being very manpower conservative. All those grins are off the map, but it does buy us time. I'm going to take these foot guards and attempt to keep him away. I'm going to keep these foot guards over here for most likely the majority of the match. You'll see it. Grant, left side of the map. I'm going to go ahead and attempt to push that MG42 back. Using the building as cover, I feel confident in this engagement. I do notice a broom bar. I'm going to have to separate my units. Opening up the MG42, very low damage roll. AT guns were over there waiting for me. We have to back out. Wesp is opening up on my mortar. I hit the retreat button. I am going to get away in the nick of time. This was very bad, though. If the shots would have gotten a random RNG, he could have hit my repair base, and he would have focused that hardcore. Repair bases are very valuable. But look at that repair speed on the repair base. It's actually doing a decent job. It's taken a bit of time, but it's enough. It's enough to where this comes in clutch. Churchill taking a slow, fat, very, very lethargic ass and moving to the middle of the map. We do have our recon already ready to go. I'm getting ready for another push. Kills are dead even right now. Vehicle kills, pretty close. We're just one off. Now, you're going, the VPs are still looking bad, my guy. I'm going, yep, it's very, very bad. We're going to have to make it work. Now I fuck up. I've put my mortar on the mine. This is going to backfire. I should have moved that, but I'm being lazy at this point in the game. I'm more focused on these VPs more than anything. Getting our smokes ready to go. We're going to go ahead and put up a smoke round. Churchill's going to move in. Recce package, recon artillery activated. We're going to go ahead and use the recon artillery. I thought his AT guns were over here. They weren't. I do eat a nade. I have to back that out, moving all my infantry in. With the recon artillery, I'm kind of cock blocking this side of the map, keeping him back. And we're going to use this time to push, get as much push as we possibly can. I noticed the broom bar, no need to go there. We're going to back out. Churchill, because this is a block, or a blocker, we're going to keep the Churchill and go ahead and engage on the right side of the map. Now, it was too close, so I'm going to reverse it, but he does have retreat on the infantry squads. He's getting his float on his manpower, by the way. This is manpower conservation at its finest. So, you know, again, hats off to this motherfucker. He might be Zeke Halen, but he fucking knows how to play the game. Wesp is opening up on me. He's just cock blocking me off the middle of the map. Well played. A very, very intelligent play. Got to give him credit. Now, I was attempting to counter-arty him with my bishop. It does fail, unfortunately. And before I forget, while I've been doing all this, I have been buffing pretty much everything. I went armored vehicle training. I went into light vehicle training to reduce the barrage times on the bishop self-propelled artillery. And I apologize if I'm stuttering or slurring my words. I'm just super exhausted from exams this week. Maintaining a 4.0 GPA average is killing me, but it's worth it. Your boy might be going into sonography. And if you're wondering what that is, ultrasound doctor. So, boom, son. Your boy got some brains. So, getting behind the heavy cover, I notice a blob coming out of base. He has a right to blob, but that means I need to hug as much as I can, trying to delay. We are going to hit the retreat button. Boom, there it is. AT guns are moving in. I take my boy's anti-tank squad. I'm like trying to bait him for a decap or hit with a broom bar. Boom, there it is. Baiting him with the decap. I'm going to focus the broom bar. Do get a nice small pin into it. Side armor hit. AT gun on the right side of the map will die. Watch how fast this dies from a double grenadier squad. What did I say? 5 seconds, right? 5 seconds and it's gone. Grenadiers get a huge hit into the AT gun and it's gone. The fucking shield did nothing. Churchill moving in. Gotta be cautious. Again, AT guns are in the background. I'm well within range. We do have to back up. He's gonna kill my mortar. This is why we're being cautious with this West been spreading out our units. Mortar is down. That means I've lost smokes. I can't smoke him. Our counter already opened up on the AT. I have to rotate it now because the West is getting some lucky hits into it. And one more hit could have been a GG for that unit. Again, I thought he hit my repair station. This could have been bad. Luckily, it does not happen. Rotating out of the map, we've kept our guards over here. And the reason is the guards can fight these two grenadiers if I hug him right away. Now, he was gearing up for a grenade throw. It doesn't work out. Guards are going to go ahead and get behind heavy cover again, keeping our munis safe. We need the munis to win this game because we're using this recon artillery non-stop to stay in this match. Broombar opens up on me. Fantastic hit. Undodgeable. Just going to fucking slay you. And we're using our AT gun to hit it, but that thing, again, bounces more than my fucking checks at the bank. Fucking bounces more than a trampoline in October. Holy shit, man. Like, look at it. What I should have done is attack these sandbags, but this game's very finicky with the attack on the sandbags or attack rounds, so I said, fuck it, not worth my time. The Strobes Trooper are hauling down. I'm using, again, 3 infantry squads to open up, 2 hitting around the town. Broombar slaps into me, slaps me harder than a fucking spicy nacho, and he's reusing his repair abilities on this thing. Engineers are opening up. I'm trying to get a crit wipe on them. One more big shot. Unfortunately, only drops a model. Almost get the wipe, but it does not work out. Almost get wiped focusing those engineers, diving my M3 Grant. Now, if you're wondering what that red symbol above it, every time his Panther hits me, it makes it easier to hit with any anti-tank units. That's why it's bad. Wespa's opening up on me. I'm attempting to dodge the shots. I do get a nice hit into the AT gun, but we have to immediately back out because, again, that one ability that makes it easier to hit. Every time he hits my tank, it doesn't have to be a penetration, just a hit, just a tap, just a fucking kiss, just a smooch, just a tongue taste, and your tank is in danger. So we're backing up. We're taking our time. We're trying to hold our breath. We're catching, we're trying to figure it out right now. 84 points to 298. It's coming down to the wire, people. He's attempting to make sandbags. Very smart move. But I get a nice little crit hit because while you're building, you take extra 50% damage. AT gun's opening up. I'm going to use that Bishop momentarily. Bishop is cranking out shots with this little fucking tiger face on it. Look at that. Oh, no, it's just a C. Never mind. Here I am giving Relic credit. My bad. I do get a wipe on the AT gun. That is huge. That makes me feel confident to push in my AT guns. Recon ability is activated again. So we're going to keep him off his AT gun. What I'm going to do is steal that. I was debating on killing it or stealing it. I'm going to steal it, giving me 3 AT guns and helping me with the manpower. Tactical pause, engage. Look at that manpower float. When people tell me this game is balanced, look at the manpower float. Tell me, should he have lost this match? Absolutely not. That's his fault. That's his mistakes. He made the mistakes. But at 1,000 manpower, 530 munis, 247 fuel, 88 population cap, there was room for 2 more units in his build. There's no... I'm sorry, but at 1,000 manpower float, and look at the VPs, there is no balance as far as Brits are concerned. Controversial opinion aside. But yeah, we got tons of balance at Relic Studios. 1,000 manpower, get fucked. About to be 1,100, by the way. So we're using this time, though, with the recon ability to make a big dive into the enemy sector. And we're pushing his Broombar back as far as we can. We're going to go ahead and take the AT gun next. We need every AT gun to penetrate this Broombar. Because, again, it bounces harder than a paraplegic at a hospital. So we got to back it up. We got to back it up. We got to take the AT gun. We got 3 AT guns now just for this one fucking Broombar. But hey, 96 population cap. Half of my units are anti-tank. Dedicated anti-tank, mind you, just to kill this Broombar. Hey now, you're at Axis Main. Get your Broombar on. Don't play. I noticed engineers preparing in the background. We're going to go ahead and get a nice shot from the, what is that fucking thing called? Bishop. Now, later on, it will come in clutch, but we do get the bleed damage, but ultimately, I think, nope, no wipes. No wipes this time. Later on, we will get some dirty wipes. So, taking our time, being very cautious. We're going to move our Churchill in. AT guns were backed up. I feel confident. Our infantry is literally just trying to delay, moving the AT gun on the flank, trying to get some double flanking shots in. I'm going to go ahead and take my squad and attempt to get a snare. I'm like, we've got to get the snare. We've got to hurt this guy where it matters. Make it count. Panther's moving in. I'm going to use the steady assault to put a lot of damage into this tank. His rear armor was showing. We're opening up on the Broombar. We do lose the AT gun, unfortunately. West does slap us, tit slap us. Churchill, middle of the map, we can eat a snare. Now we cannot eat a snare. We need to go ahead and back up. Bet 2, though, we have more chances to bounce with this guy. And there's the snare, and that's why it's very bad to eat it. We're going to go ahead and get our Grant medium tank backed up. Now, if you're asking why did I move these engineers back, I wanted a little bit of line of sight just in case he was going to push and steal this AT gun. We're activating our repairs as soon as we can, but we need to focus this VP again. Moving our engineers over. Again, trying to cock block. We've got to cock block it as much as we can. Our bishop's opening up. I'm attempting to get a dirty hit into this strobe trooping squad. Our AT gun's in behind. Hiding behind, excuse me. But we just got to hop on. Every time, though, I miss with this guy, I immediately hit the halt fire button so we can get that cooldown going and we can get those more very valuable shots cranking out again. Now, because I'm capping the middle of the map or holding it, I am not going to cap the VP just yet. I'm trying to stop him from having munis because he's been consistently popping mechanized assault, which makes the strobe trooping unkillable if they're next to a tank, and it also automatically repairs his vehicles. So that's why, if you're wondering why these Panthers are constantly coming back onto the field with the broom bar, he has been consistently hitting the mechanized assault. Again, masterful play with his munition ability. But it is keeping us in a dangerous situation. Left side of the map, MG42 is back, and he's blacker than ever. Yeah, he's SS black, baby. Not the black kind of black. Yeah, I got you there. You're like, oh, hey, shit, man. Didn't you just say a black dog? Nah, man, he's SS black. Oh, okay. Open up a history book. So, Broombar instantly wipes me. He looks at me. He said, get fucked, and I got fucked. We do get a snare on him, though. AT gun opening up on the Panther. We are, again, trying to repair our vehicles. Without this repair station, I would have been fucked. I'm debating, should I have gone an additional engineer squad? I will go later on, but we have to keep our units consistently replenished on the manpower. Now, we do get a kill on the Broombar. This is very huge. With that Broombar knocked out, we have a little bit of breathing room, but because he's been floating, basically 1,200 manpower, he's going to go ahead and rebuild his engineers and the Broombar. I did get a wipe on the double engineers. We did miss that, unfortunately. I apologize. That was the Bishop that got the wipe on the double engineers. It's at 5 kills, by the way, and it's barely veteran C2. And I boosted it with the light vehicle training. So, fuck my life. I've been suffering. I'm looking for a drop of content. Give me some co-content. I'm tired of co-adapting. We've been holding these foot guards, by the way, on the right side of the map, behind the house. If you're going, hey, you should have moved it, I said, fuck that. We are 75 points to 238. We cannot move this unit. I attempted to many, many times. It was not worth it. Churchill moving in. We're going to go ahead and cock-block the VP. Strobe trooping hiding behind the town, ready to go. What he should have done is pop the med bags on these guys. Churchill opening up. We do get a double bounce, luckily, because veteran C2. It makes it harder to pin. I think it's a little bit of armor buff. Bishop opening up the middle of the map. Left side of the map, we do eat a mine, so he's getting a little bit cheeky with the mines, which is perfectly fine. He's co-adapting. AT guns. I should have been healing that up. I've just been a little bit overloaded. I'm going to recapture the mortar, I believe. Yep, there it is. Mortar back on, because we want to go ahead and get the smokes going and allowing our tanks to push in without the threat of just instantly vaporizing. Grant moving over. I feel confident. You know, I've got Churchill on standby. I'm going to just attempt to harass this MG42, get him out of the building, or at least destroy the building. Anything to get this going. Engineers moving in. We do have the sight line going. We will back up the Grant momentarily. We were sweeping for mines as well, making sure that if we do a tank dive, we're not fucked. Grant's going to go and back up. Left side of the map, Broombar's going to go ahead and kick my fucking teeth in. That means the guards are off the field. I will have to get those guards over ASAP. Churchill moving in the middle of the map. We're going to scoot it up just by a little bit to make sure we can hit that cap momentarily. Come on, I swore I moved this tank. Never mind, I've lied to you. I've lied to you. Go on to reddit.com and say I'm a big, fat, dirty liar. Do it right now. Do it. You're not doing it. I know what I'm looking at. Stop looking at porn, guy. I'm just fucking with you. So, we're going to open up in the middle of the map. Grenadiers are putting sandbags down. We're rushing the Grant over to the right side of the map because I know that I can't do anything over here, but I can attempt to stop this over here. Opening up with the Bishop in the middle of the map. Smoke as well. Finally, the smoke doesn't overextend, so that means we can open up on these Grenadiers. Churchill will support, cock blocking the AT guns. Recon loiter ability is ready. Feel confident in this push. We will eat a snare if we have to. We need to get these Grenadiers off the map ASAP. Big hit into the Grenadiers. I am going to go for an attempted wipe. Recon ability is activated. He's going to give me a heads up where those AT guns are at. We do get the wipe on the Grenadiers, forcing everything he has back into base. We're going to use this time to focus our ability on the middle cap, rush the Grant over, and get the double AT guns cranking out on the Broombar. We will activate a snare as soon as we get the munis. is what I was telling myself, but unfortunately we don't have the munis because we activated the ability. So that means that we have to attempt to run it down. That's a bounce from the broom bar. Again, bounces more than my fucking checks at the bank. We are going to go ahead and get a snare into the Panther, I believe. Nah, I have to back out. I apologize. So AT guns are just attempting to kill the Panther at this point. Bishop was opening up on the broom bar. We're going to go ahead and attempt to put pressure on these AT guns, though. And, you know, attempt to hit the broom bar. Maybe get a lucky hit into it. Now, my Grant does overextend, trying to get out of it. It looks like it's going to be too late, and Grant does die. I fucked up here. Now, I am hitting the broom bar, and the engineer's repairing, so this does come in kind of clutch. Wesp is opening up on me in the middle of the map. We lose the double AT guns. We're back in a negative place right now at 200 manpower versus the 700 manpower. You know, I know that Germany lost the war, but apparently, according to this game, Germany never had a manpower deficit. Now, when I open up my real-world history book, they lost a lot of men during the war, and it got to a point where they couldn't even afford to have Luftwaffe pilots because they had nobody to train and nobody to volunteer for the program because they were too busy fighting the Russians. But hey, that's just me. They even took their navy out of the sea, and they were like, yeah, you're infantry units now. Bishop does open up, get some huge bleeds, but because Axis AT guns are invincible, he's going to go ahead and walk away with a sliver of health. I'm attempting to just kite and dodge this broom bar at this point. I want to capture my AT gun. I'm like, yeah, by the time I pick it up, I'm dead, homie. So, everything's repairing. I'm going to go ahead and get my third AT gun back into the field. We do get a huge damage roll with the mortar. I'm going to activate my base arty. Hopefully getting some shots. It's going to go ahead and miss. Anything just to keep him off the point, though. Wesp is opening up on the AT guns. He wants to destroy both of these AT guns. That's a very smart play. Okay, I'm a bit confused here, but yeah, never mind. Yeah, there it is, there it is. He is attempting to destroy the AT guns. Broom bar opening up on me. I have an AT gun on the flank, though, putting rear shots into it. It does bounce on the rear side. MG42 back on the field, making me hate my fucking life. Repair station holding strong, being as British as it can be. All reliable. He is going to blow up these AT guns. With these AT guns gone, I'm relying on one. Brits lack on anti-tank, unless you consider the 17-pounder. But if I would have won 17-pounder, the West Bend base would have focused me with a line barrage, or what was it called? A carpet barrage, something like that. Basically, he focuses it in a straight line, and would have knocked me out of the game. So we need everything mobile. He has begun to hit my base, by the way. He's going for some cheesy base wipes. He'll stop eventually. So we're in a dangerous place. Moving to the left side of the map. Anything can help at this point, so we're trying to decap. 35 points to 187. We're holding it by the skin of our teeth. We should have lost this match. He has 600 manpower to my 90. I'm going to keep pointing that out because we are dead even on kills, but he's still floating manpower. Oh, 99 und red balloons, yeah? Musiques. Now the Strobe's drooping because they're invincible and they're on 38 kills and they are the sons of the fatherland, can never be stopped, according to the Reichland Studios. Moving in our foot guards, I was attempting to snare that broom bar with our little ability. I won't show it now because it's on retreat and this game's lovely. But basically you can stun shot the broom bar. And I was going to move my anti-tank gun in to finish it. Do eat a shot from the broom bar. That means get the fuck off the field. Nothing we can do. Saving up our munis for the AT guns. Mortar's been cranking out non-stop. Bishop is ready to fire in 6 seconds. Broom bar attempting to attack ground, which is smart, because this stupid fucking house that can't be destroyed is blocking my sight. And we're just, again, holding it by the skin of our teeth. Right side of the map, we're just trying to buy time. Left side of the map, we did get the decap. Engineers are pushing me. I feel confident in holding. Middle of the map, he is attempting to push the Strokes group and finally drop 2 models. This is big. We're attempting to delay. I was risking this unit. My buddy Blackhand is in my ear. He's like, bro, you're about to lose it. I'm like, man, I cannot give up these points right now. Broom bar's going to go ahead and bully me off the point. 1 model left. That could have been GG. The engineers could have wiped me if he got rid of the minesweepers. So we're going to go ahead and scoot out of the middle of the map. Moving our infantry over. Because we delayed that cap and risked it for the biscuit, we can chase them off with the foot guards. Keeping them in the rightful place, defending the right side of the map. Middle of the map, I'm like, fuck it. We've got to move in now. This is it. Smoking, activated. My mortars has the Gurkha sound effect. That bug's still lasting. And we're going to go ahead and take our Churchill and engage in the broom bar, attempting to get a dirty snare. We do get the snare, which is huge. We are going to activate the recon ability as soon as we get the munis again, because I had to sacrifice it. I was clicking the button during the match, and I was like, fuck. I can't do it now. Bishop will crank out shots. Broom bar. Sliver of health left. I am going to go ahead and get pushed. Now, tactical pause engage. I couldn't put a mine down. I needed every bit of munis. Bishop does get out, but here's my problem. 1 AT gun, 2 AT gun, And I swear I had a third AT gun somewhere, but you're gonna watch this engagement. Look how many AT gun shots this Panther eats. It's gonna keep getting worse. AT gun dies on my flank. Bounce. Side hit. It's gonna be fucking close. Bounce. And then we finally get the kill. Now, my bad. I was thinking that there's a part in the match where I had 3 AT guns on a Panther. So I'm talking out of my ass here. I apologize. I'm just tired. Fuck it. This I had... My bad. Later example. I'm just discombobulated right now. The engagement was actually pretty good. So we're gonna go ahead and win this engagement. Again, my apologies, guys. My brain's fried from college today. There's gotta... Nah. I know there's an engagement where I had 3 AT guns on a Panther. I got lucky with those pins, honestly. Now, Broombar in the middle of the map, I do notice that it is repairing. I caught a glimpse of it, so we're going to take our Bishop, and we're going to go ahead and engage in about 10 seconds. We do get a double wipe on the Engineers, which is super fucking lucky. Foot Guards have been covering the right side of the map with every possible, you know... They're not going to move from the right side of the map. They're going to stay here dedicated. And that's why. Those Grenadiers would have came over and decapped me. Bishop will go ahead and crank out a shot momentarily. I do get a double wipe on these Engineers. MG42 opening up on me. Moving in our infantry units, we're trying to attempt to cockblock the cap. Churchill did go down. So we're being very cautious. I do attempt to hit the MG42. My bad. I know I get those Engineers wipes later on. So we're going to go ahead and chase off this MG. I do eat a nade, unfortunately. Luckily, I get away by the skin of my teeth. That should have been a wipe. That would have knocked me out of the game. Broombar and Panther are back out into the field, so it doesn't matter if I killed them or not. They're just really back out and ready to go.
Commander, we have artillery on standby.
So, this is where I really do fuck up. Broombar is going to bully me as much as they can. Infantry units are hitting me as well. I'm trying to keep them at max range. I am hitting the Broombar with the double AT guns. Wesp does wipe my mortar again. And this is why the Strobe Trooping are painful. My buddy Black Ant asked me, he's like, bro, you're shooting the Strobe Trooping, right? Focus them. I'm like, my guy, I'm focusing the Strobe Trooping. He's like, wow, they're barely doing any damage. I was like, yeah, I know. So Engineers are backing up. I'm opening up with the Bishop, attempting to get a dirty hit into it. It does scare him enough and forces him away. If he would have sat there, he would have lost the squad, most likely. So we accomplished our goal. Next up is going to be the Grant coming out into the field again. 8 minutes left. We are 8 points to 129. We can't afford to do anything anymore. Like, we're done. At 8 points to 129, we're holding in by the skin of our fucking teeth by a nut hair. We're going to delay, though. We're just trying to buy time. We are just trying to buy time. There's nothing we can really do. Grant's going to open up and try to get some crit shots into him, drop a model. We have to hold as much as we can, waiting for the reinforcements to show up. MG42 is going to suppress this. Double AT guns have been recaptured. We're going to go ahead and focus the Broombar, bounce on the Broombar.
We're losing a victory point.
I do lose that squad. This is where I fuck up right here. I lost that squad, so we're down. We only have 45 manpower. I am going to lose another squad, eat a huge Broombar shot. I do get a wipe on his Grenadiers, though. That's kind of big. 2 models left on the AT gun. This is very dangerous. I lose a second squad. This is where I almost threw the match. Okay, so I'm not crazy. Recce package is activated. The recon ability is activated. We're just trying to force him off. He's hitting my AT guns hardcore. I do get a nice hit onto the infantry squad. We're shooting the Engineers. This could have been very bad. Now, I do catch a glimpse of him about to repair this Broombar over here. This is where the shot comes in. Okay, sorry. I'm not discombobulated anymore. So, Broombar is repairing. I caught a glimpse of that. I'm going to go ahead and take this Bishop. 14 seconds left. I'm going for a closest possible range shot onto that. If we can wipe these Engineers, we delay him heavily, even though he's floating 600 manpower. I should have took this tank and rotated over, but I'm covering the VP because we're all back in base healing right now. I've only got 58 to his 94. This could have been a GG. Boom, big hit into the Broombar, and we're about to get the wipe on the Engineers, and wipe the Engineers. This got us back into the game. Delayed his repair on the Broombar, allowed my infantry to build back up, get our AT guns back into position, and then we have the 3 AT guns ready to go. So we do wipe the engineers. I'm not crazy. I'm just getting my times mixed up. Sorry about that. So now we can rotate and bring over the Grant for repairs because we can haul down on this point. We know he's repairing. Even though we've killed the double engineers, he's going to immediately replace them, so it didn't really matter in the span of things. We get fucked right to the map. He really should have pushed. If he pushed this, I probably wouldn't have been able to respond, but he's focused on the middle. MG42 setting up. We've canceled our barrage time on the Bishop. That means we're waiting for the cooldown to exhaust. And here's the Panther. This is what I was talking about with the 3 AT guns. Now watch this shit. Now this is where I get a bit frustrated. 1 AT gun, 1 bounce, infantry squad moving into snare, 2 AT guns, we do get a pin, middle of the map holding for a life, 2 AT guns working out at the same time with the Grant in support. 3rd AT gun's trying to reverse. I do lose the Grant. He's going for the Bishop. He's diving. And we're still... This is 3 AT guns, folks. This is why I get frustrated in the game. Finally get the kill on the tank. That's what I was looking for. I apologize about that. I lose the AT gun, by the way. If West finds me, that's fine. Broombar moving in. Now, 8 points. Broombar is attempting to move in, getting a snare squad set up in the background. He's floating 200 munis, so he could have used mechanized assault. And those engineers would have been tough as fuck to kill. Broombar slaps the fuck out of me. I'm going to back that up. AT guns are setting up. Attempting to get a pin. I do bounce again. I'm moving in for a snare. I'm going to eat a huge shot. Luckily, I get the snare. Double AT guns are moving in tandem. And we do get the kill on the Broombar momentarily. We're going to have to immediately, because we lose this AT gun, pick this guy up. Keep the engineers on the cap cock blocking. We do have smoke from the Broombar. We're going to take these infantry units, move slightly out of the smoke, using them as a spotting squad. And we're going to hit that Broombar at medium range. And we do get the pin. Broombar knocked out in the field. I'm like, okay, at this point, he has to be in a deficit on the manpower. And unfortunately, he's at 300. So, honestly, really not much gained. But this is what threw the match right here. He was so focused going down the middle and just knocking me out of the game. And look at these tank wrecks, man. Dead, very dead with 3 AT guns. We can move our Grant in, though. Double AT guns are going to slap me back into base. MG42 reveals itself. Now with 1 unit on the middle of the map, 1 model in the middle of the map, I'm going to back out. Bishop does open up, forcing the AT guns back, allows my Grant to come back in if it needs to. This is the GG push right here. 2 engineer squads, close range as possible. He's merging into the Strobstruppen. Right to the map, I'm like, okay, we need to go ahead and take these guys, rotate them, and I will do that momentarily because this is leftovers of his army. West hits me as hard as he can. I have to back off. He's aiming for the AT gun. Smart move. He does wipe it. Vet 3 dead. Moving in our foot guards. I'm like, yeah, they can take the damage. They're veteran C1, harder to hit. We need to push them in. I do take my very weak health tank, and we're going to go ahead and dive it. Force the MG42 back. That's what we wanted. Do get a crit shot into the engineers. We can take these foot guards. They're veteran C2. Makes them even more harder to hit. With all this medium cover, we're going to go ahead and dive through and just push them hard. So this is a big win. Big win. 8 points left. 38 VPs from my opponent. This is where it counts. And again, I'm like, Black. I'm telling my buddy Black, and I'm like, bro, I think I'm going to win this. He's like, I think you're going to win this. I'm like, I think I'm going to fucking win this. So we're both on our edge of our seat right now. I'm going to go, hey, it's my turn to hit your base. Let's see what you've been doing over there, you naughty boy, because you've been slamming into my base the entire match. It's my turn. And unfortunately, I don't get anything. I just kind of hit his medical. I give him a heads up like, hey, fuck you. You've been an annoying little cunt this entire time. MG42 setting up. I do cancel a shot with a Bishop. I do eat an AT gun shot. I back out right away. This was bait. I'm going to dodge that nade and finally get my head out of my ass. Moving the engineers over to the left side of the map. I'm trying to decap the VP. Right to the map. Foot guards are going to hold. Recon loader ability is ready. I'm going to go ahead and pop it on the VP. We need him to stay off the VP. So boom, on the VP, that means he can't touch it. That means his AT guns go back, which allows my tank to go ahead and push in. And I'm moving my infantry squad over because I feel comfortable. AT guns are going to rotate. MG42 suppressing me. Now, Bishop is almost ready to fire. I am going to crank out a shot ASAP. But our Grant is going to finally scoot over and take a shot into the MG42. There's the Bishop shot coming in. Foot guards are pushing in because the MG42 is out of position. Now he's back into the circle. And he has to consistently rotate. Grant is going to go ahead and open up. And we accomplish our goal. We chase them off. 15 points left. This is it. I've got to hold the points. We're going to rotate the foot guards back momentarily, back to the VP. But this is it. We hold, we win. 10 seconds left on the cooldown for this ability. Or barrage time for this ability. He's moving in a broom bar. He knows that I have no AT guns left at this point. I'm still hurting on units. 59 to 69. I'm like, fuck it. I'm going to have to hug the VP. There's nothing we can do. Grant's just going to be there in support. Wesp is opening up on me because he thinks I'm going to be over here. He's trying to wipe me, which is a smart move. I'm like, fuck it, we gotta hug the point. We gotta boogaloo it. We gotta go. I'm like, yep, sacrifice the unit, sacrifice everything. We can't do it. We are gonna sacrifice everything, and we win the match. We win the match. By the skin of our fucking teeth. I apologize for the hiccups during the casting. Again, just exhausted. Just non-stop testing. But I just wanted to get this video out before they end up deleting it. But we do win the match by the skin of our teeth. And I mean everything. I was down to... As soon as I lost these 2 units, I would have been down to like 32 pop cap. Yeah. This guy is rank 87 with Wehrmacht. Look at the kill counts. It was a very, very rough match. I'm getting better with Brits, though. I've noticed I've actually gone up in the elo. I'm still in the 1400 elo range. But it's getting better. It's getting a little bit better. With those strobes drooping, man. 56 kills. Infantry sections, that's combined infantry sections, by the way, were 70 kills compared to his 1 unit of strobes drooping that ended up going 56 kills. So, it was definitely a rough match. But by the skin of our teeth, we win. 58 minutes of fun. Hopefully you guys enjoy the recording. Sorry again for the hiccups.